All right guys, in this segment we are going to go over the platforms. Now the platform is your foundation for saddle hunting. This is going to give you a place to put your feet. It's going to give you a way to maneuver around the tree. It just makes your saddle hunting experience a lot more comfortable. So I've got the XL version of the workhorse platform and Aaron's got the regular size. Now the difference is about a pound weight difference, about 4 pounds, roughly 3 pounds. This is going to come in about 14 by 14 inches, and this one is about 12 by 12. So if you wear big rubber boots, you've got big feet, you're a bigger guy, you might like the XL. But if you're a smaller guy, you got small feet, or you want to go lightweight, a lot of guys prefer the regular. So,
yeah, I got like a size 12. I'm roughly 6 foot, around 200 pounds, and I use the heck out of this one.
I use the regular as well.
Yep.
So, yeah, we're going to get into how to install it onto the tree, how to adjust it, and yeah, let's get into it.
All right.
All right, so for demonstration purposes, we're going to do this kind of at ground level so you can see what we're doing. But this would be the last stick as you climb the tree. So we're going to have Aaron go ahead and get hooked up to the tree here with his lineman's belt. And you just have to imagine that Aaron's 15 to 18 feet up the tree at this point with his lineman's belt on the top of his last stick.
Tighten it.
Tighten her up and get on that bottom step right there. So at this point, Aaron would pull the platform out of his pack or however he's carrying it, and he's going to install it onto the tree. Now this has got a cam buckle strap that comes with the platform, and we're going to show you how to install that.
What I like to do is place it like right in between my knee and the tree. That way that cleat's dug in, so when you're fumbling around with this strap, you got both hands free. You don't have to hold it.
Now he's going to tighten it and just get some of that slack out of there and kind of rough placement of it. So what I like to do a lot of times is to put the platform pretty much level with my top stick, and that gives you an extra step to maneuver around the tree.
It's pretty close right there.
Pretty close to level. So you notice he tightened it right there with the platform down just to get it set in its initial spot. And now he's going to fold the platform up and tighten it again. And now when he pushes that down and cams this over, it's going to take all that slack out of that strap.
Make sure to level your platform. Pull it straight out from the tree.
And this is also kind of a personal preference thing. You can go a little bit below level, so you've got a little bit of a downward angle, or you could go up. Just kind of depends on the tree and the setup. All right, so now that we've got the platform set, he's on his last stick. He's got his lineman's rope on. He's now going to pull his tether out of his saddle and install that before he transitions onto the platform.
I'm going to go up one more step. That way I'm close to tether height, and I don't have to adjust it as much. Because my platform is the same height as my stick, I should be able to put this tether on and not have to move it too far.
And another thing to point out is most of your hunting accidents come from the transition from your stick to whatever you're standing on. So it's important to have your tether set up and your lineman's rope. So whenever you make that transition, if this would happen to kick out, like you didn't set it right or something like that, you're going to be totally hooked up and you're not going to go anywhere.
Very good habit to get in, especially if you're going in and doing this in the dark. You don't want to miss a step when you're up there and not be hooked in. Tighten my carabiner. Go ahead and seat that. That's good and tight. Now we're ready to step in.
Yep.
And like Jared said, that's definitely the safest way to do it, but it's also an advantage to having that stick right there, because from a huntability standpoint, you can move around the tree.
All right, so Aaron's up on his platform, and you may notice from time to time that you've got a little bit of play in this top standoff here against the tree.
You can see it right there.
Yep, you can see you got just a little bit of play in there. So that's super easy to take care of, and we do that with what's called the tow hook. So Aaron's gonna take whichever leg he prefers, whichever foot he prefers, and he's gonna put it up here on the standoff.
Notice I'm still strapped in with both my linemen's and my tether.
Yep.
All my weight goes to the top.
He's gonna pick the platform up. And that's gonna, all of his weight is gonna drive that thing down, and then he's gonna set this back in. Now, once you do this, this thing is gonna be rock solid on the tree. Now, another thing to pay attention to when you're doing your setup like this is make sure your platform is not going over top of or catching your rope on your stick, because you don't want to tear it up or fray it or anything like that. So that's something to keep in mind. Try to stay slightly above it or below it.
Yeah, remember that thing is going to seat into the tree. You can see on the bark how far down that slid. An inch in this case. It's going to be a little bit different each time. So you want to come up, Rob just mentioned, about 6 inches or so above that stick, and give that platform room to seat into the tree without running into your rope on your stick.
Yep. All right, so Aaron's got his platform tow hooked. It's rock solid. Now he can take off his lineman's rope and he can store it in his saddle. Now, it's super important to get your platform rock solid, because we're going to demonstrate how you can maneuver in the saddle by using the platform to take all of your different shots. All right, Aaron, show us how solid this thing is by maneuvering around a little bit.
All right, we're on the front of it right here. As you can see, you can come around to the side of it. It's going to grip over here, putting pressure on the side.
So if you notice, you've got these little wings on the corner of the platform, and those are put there for a purpose, and that's so you can kick off of them when you maneuver around each side.
Gives you a lot of usability.
Yep. But as you can see, I mean, this platform is made to be used. Every angle of this is made to be pushed on. So if it's installed correctly, there's no shot you can't get by just pushing yourself around the tree with the edge of that platform.
Especially if you got that stick there.
Yeah, makes it super easy.
Come all the way over here.
All right, guys, so that's pretty much it. Now Aaron's going to show you how to climb down the tree, and that's simply doing everything in reverse of what we just did. Now, it's important to note, go ahead and get the rest of your gear out of the tree. Lower your bow down, make sure everything's put away. That way you're focused solely on climbing. So Aaron got out his lineman's belt. He's going to install it, make sure it's nice and tight, and then he can transition from the platform back to the stick.
Just like that. Very important to get in that habit every time. That way you got 2 attachments when you're moving from that platform to the stick. Now I can take my tether off and prepare to climb down the tree.
Yep, tighten that up, take your tether off, and you're good to go. So the built-in pouches on the saddle make it super easy to store your tether, and then the other pouch for your lineman. So you've always got them right there in easy reach. It just makes it super convenient.
Come down to the bottom step here, and now I can take my platform off.
It was really bit in there good.
Yes, it was. Wrap it up, stow it in your pack, put it on your gear tie, and down the tree you go.
Good to go.